Hey, welcome to Bob's Barn Jamborees on this turned out really nice sunny afternoon. Welcome, glad you're here. You're going to be watching Steev Pothoff from up there around Copemish, Michigan. It's way up there, a little bit west of Traverse City, I think. Not quite in the water, is it, Steve?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Water
okay.
level's going down.
Hey, over on my right is a jar for donations. If anybody wants to help Linda and I keep this going, we appreciate it. If you haven't been here before and you need to use the restroom, don't go out behind the barn. The neighbors take movies. Anyway, go out that red door you came in, up that green ramp, into that through that heavy glass door to the house, and there's a restroom on the right. Another one on the left, down a hall on your left. Just make a bunch of lefts off the kitchen there. Let's see, please turn your cell phones off. You can leave the cameras on if you want, just to take all the pictures you want. You won't blind Steve's eyes too much, he's used to that, right? Let's see, next week is going to be Mighty Medicine out of Lansing. Deshaun Sparkle Sneed and Larry Newhart. Can't remember who else is with them. Nice show. It's been quite a few years since they've been here, maybe 5 years. Let's see, this Friday night's a Lake Odessa ukulele jam here again, and from then on, we're gonna be putting it on from the first Friday night and the third Friday night, and hope dates don't louse us up. We'll try really hard. Everybody wants to have it every other week or so. What else am I supposed to say, Linda? You got anything that... Mountain Dulcimer Jam, yeah, Saturday morning here, first Saturday of the month. Gonna start at 10 o'clock, gonna make a lot of music up until 1. And and coming up is, I think it's the 13th of May, on a Saturday, is a joint jam, Michigan Fiddlers Association and Original Michigan Fiddlers Association joint jam at Picky's Restaurant in Hopkins. That'd be a kind of southwest of Hastings. Anyway, why don't you put your hands together and give Steve a nice round of applause.
Hello, hello. Some familiar faces, some new ones. Hey, raise your hand if you've seen me before. Most of you, all right. I came home the first night, drunk as I could be. And there's a horse in the stable where my horse ought to be. Oh no. Called my wife, my pretty little wife, to explain this thing to me. How come there's a horse in the stable where my horse ought to be? You old fool, you drunken fool, can't you plainly see? That's a brand new milking cow my granny gave to me. Well, I traveled the whole world over, thousands of miles or more, but a saddle on a milking cow I've never seen before. Anybody? No? I came home the second night, drunk as I could be. And there's a hat on the hat rack where my hat ought to be. It just keeps getting worse. Called my wife, my pretty little wife, to explain this thing to me. How come there's a hat on the hat rack where my hat ought to be? You old fool, you drunken fool, can't you plainly see? That's a brand new chamber pot my granny gave to me. I traveled this whole world over, thousands of miles or more, but a feather in a chamber pot I've never seen before. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I came home the third night, drunk as I could be. And there's 2 boots beneath the bed where my boots ought to be. It ain't getting any better. Called my wife, my pretty little wife, to explain this thing to me. Who owns those boots beneath the bed where my boots ought to be? You old fool, you drunken fool, can't you plainly see? Them's a pair of geranium pots my granny gave to me. Well, I traveled this whole world over, thousands of miles or more. But laces on geranium pots I've never seen before. They say you can get anything nowadays, but I don't know. I came home the fourth night, drunk as I could be. And there's a head on the pillow where my head ought to be. Called my wife, my pretty little wife, to explain this thing to me. How come there's a head on the pillow where my head ought to be? I gotta do it one more time. You old fool, you drunken fool, can't you plainly see? That's a head of cabbage that my granny gave to me. I've traveled this whole world over, thousands of miles or more. But a mustache on a cabbage head I've never seen before.